Hey guys, it's Shweb. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the very first video that I'll be putting out. I haven't done one on YouTube before. I'm always posting stuff on Instagram under the handle The Gas Expert. I just wanted to talk about tool theft. I mean, tool theft is obviously a massive thing, and I did go on Instagram and I spoke to people and I said I'll do a video and show you guys a possible way of actually getting your tools back. A lot of them voted that yes, they did want to see the video, so I thought I'll put something together and see what you think of it. It might work, it might not work. It's only an experiment at this stage, but I will still go through the whole process and see whether I can find my tools if someone steals them. So before we go any further with this video, I'd like you to subscribe to the channel and show it some support. And secondly, please don't take matters in your own hand. If I show you a method of you finding a tool or tracing a tool down, that's the last thing I want you to do, is get involved and go try and get your tools back or be a hero and go get fighting with somebody to get them back. It's not going to work. Don't do it that way. If you do find or it helps you trace where your tools are, still try to get in contact with the police and let them deal with this. Do not take matters in your own hand. You have got insurance. If you haven't, do get it. But this is just a way to help you possibly find your stuff back. That's what this whole video is going to be about. Let's start with the basic root of the problem, right, which is boot sales. Because they have a platform to sell these tools, that is where they all end up. So they'll probably go around stealing all week, and then it all gets dumped into the boot sales. People who are selling it over there don't even know what the stuff is. I've been to boot sales before, and I've seen people sell a lot of stuff, and I've seen people ask, how much is this? They'll give a ridiculous price, £20, £30, that's what, but you know, it's not that value. So 100%, A, they don't know what it is. Secondly, they don't know the value of it. So it is a stolen item. That's clearly, and you can't make this stuff up, right? You actually have to go to a few to actually see what goes on. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already aware of it because you have seen this online, and nothing's going to be done about this at the end of it. You know, to stop this, they have to stop selling tools on the boot sale. Right, whether there's going to be a petition about this or whether the government does anything about this, or police gets involved, they're actually policing these things or places where all this is happening, nothing's going to get done till then. And they'll carry on breaking into vans. They don't want to sell stuff online, that's clear, because the chances of them getting caught is pretty high on that. They won't sell it on the street, it's too slow. They want to make a quick buck, and the only way they're going to do that is they're going to take it down there, throw it all on the floor, and whatever somebody wants to pay for it, that is just the way it's always been, and that will carry on being the same way. So the next thing that you're going to actually think about is how a thief would think, right? A thief would always go for an easy target. If I had two vans in front of me, both are loaded with tools, one's got all the security, the door locks, the hook locks, and one's got nothing on it, I'm going to go for the nothing one because it's easier target for me. I'll just break into it and I know I'm going to get the stuff. So a thief would always try his best to go for the easier target. That's just one of it. Second of all, you've got to think of them. How many skilled thieves are there out there that actually know how to break into a van? There's only going to be a handful of them in each area. Not everyone is a thief, and the ones that are, they are pretty good at what they do. So they'll go out there, they'll know exactly how to break into a van. Whether you put the armor plates on it, whether you put the head hook locks, deadlocks, whatever you want to do to it, makes no difference to them because they will still get in there. I've seen people putting plates on there and they've drilled a hole from the corner because they exactly know how to get in there. So all these things, all these security things that we're doing is just a deterrent. That's all it is. It's not going to stop them from getting into your van. We all know that for a fact. So what are the different methods that we can stop or put them off from breaking into your van? A is obviously you can go for your hook locks because it takes them a little bit more longer to get into the van, right? You can go for your armor plates. Again, they'll still get through it, but you still got a chance of delaying that process of them getting in because they might have to cut around it. Then you've got an alarm system. Now, a lot of people don't put alarms on their vans, and I've seen it. This is the factory set one. I don't understand why you don't invest in a good alarm, right? I'll tell you what, I had all these alarms, what they called, can't remember the name, don't worry about it. Clifford, that's it. So I had a Clifford alarm, I had all these sorts of alarm, but they didn't make any difference to me because if I'm in B&Q or I'm home base or I'm in a plumbing merchant, wherever I'm doing my shopping for my stuff in the morning, right? I know that if somebody breaks into my van, alarm is going to go. I probably won't hear it. By the time I'm out, they take a minute to get everything out and they're gone. So all your tools are gone. So what I did, I went for the Pandora alarm. The reason I went for that one is it actually comes with a pager. So this is the little pager that it comes with. There's no subscription to it. It works in a 2-mile radius, this one over here. So every time someone taps on my door or attempts to actually break into it, this will notify me straight away while it's on my keying to run outside and at least stop what's going on. If you can't stop what's going on, at least it will just make them run away, because they are scared. All thieves are always scared. They're not brave people. They will run away when they see someone coming towards them. So that's all this is there for, just to notify you. I've been on jobs where this has gone off and I went outside. I didn't see them, but I saw my door. They put a screwdriver through it. Couldn't get in. This went off, and you know, I was out there. So try to invest in a good alarm. I would recommend this one. It's called the Pandora V2 Lite. That's the one. I would definitely recommend. It's not cheap. It's probably going to come in, when I've got it done, when I first got the van, I think it was about £750. They're probably about £850, £900. A little bit more than a standard alarm, but the option on this is you're not paying a monthly subscription, and it's just going to be in your pocket telling you what's going on in the van. That's one of the best things that you're going to have about with this alarm. So do go for this one if you are going to buy one. Now, coming back to topic, is the reason why I was doing this video is because obviously a lot of you own an Apple phone, right? And you know about these little things called AirTags. Now you're going to say, oh, sure, we know about the AirTag. I know you know about the AirTag and how it works, right? So if you had this in your van or on your tools or hidden anywhere you want, this will obviously give you a notification and also tell you where your van or car is or your tools are. It will tell you that whole information on your app. But if a thief runs off with your tools or your van, this they can find. How they'll find this, it will tell you that it is following you. An AirTag is following you, so they will get a notification on their phone, especially if they're using iPhones. It will tell them an AirTag is following you, right? There's a button that comes up on top of it which says play sound. All they have to do is play that sound, find that AirTag, and just chuck it out the window. That is it. You've lost the AirTag. So what we're going to do with this now is I will show you a way of taking the speaker out of this. So I'm going to dismantle this whole thing, and I'll remove the speaker out of it. Okay, and I'll put it all back together. It will still work at the same time as notifying you of your whereabouts for your tools or your van. If they try to play the sound, it's not going to play, so they won't be able to find it. So you got to remember one thing. It doesn't matter if you're an Apple user or not. If you're a Samsung user, open an Apple account, right, from an Apple device. I'm sure friends and family have got one. Buy these AirTags, link them to that account. That's all you've got to do, and then start hiding them in your tools. You don't have to buy, it comes in a 4-pack, it's about £99 for 4. You don't have to buy loads of them. What I would say is get 5 or 6 of them randomly dotted around your bags or your power tools. And I'll show you how I hide mine. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to show you where I've been hiding mine. You probably won't find it, but I will show you a couple of tricks of what you can do to hide these. So in the second part of the video, I will dismantle this. I'll show you exactly how to do it, where to open these pins up from, how to get the battery out, how to get the speaker out of this. And after that, the third part of it will be, I will be hiding it inside one of my tools. I'll open the tool up, I'll put it right inside it, place it inside there, and then I'll put the tool away in my toolbox. And the last part of this is the staged part, where a couple of my friends, they're going to come down to my van, they will nick my tools, right? I don't know what they're going to take. I'll let them take anything they want. On random, they can just pick whatever they want out there. And then I'll see if I can find them. If I find them, obviously, that's a good result, because it got me a step closer to get my tools back. If I don't find them, then it's just a failed experiment. But we're going to try it out. We're going to see how we get on with this. So a lot of you are using AirTags, and I'm pretty aware of it. I've had discussions on people that are using AirTags, but none of them have already told me that they've removed the speaker on it, and they don't know how to. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and we're going to take this whole thing apart, we'll get the speaker out of it, we'll see if it still works as a GPS device, and hopefully, if everyone starts doing this, this will make the difference. I'll tell you why. It will make their life harder to steal tools, because all they're going to think about all the time is probably there's chips in there, we're going to get caught. And the more talk that this goes around with all of these, you'll see less and less of it happen. This is what I'm trying to get to. Everyone should buy these tags and start putting them, hiding them. Just make their life difficult, not even worth breaking into your van, because then they're going to get caught. They don't know that you've got a tag hidden in there. Yes, they're going to get notification, but how are they going to find it? How are they going to find it when it's hidden in such a place where they have got no idea? So if we get a step closer to getting our tool back, this video has just been, you know, worth doing. So that's what I'm trying to get to. Right, let's look at the second part of the video now. watch me take this all apart. Right guys, so here we have it. That is the AirTag. Right, to remove the back plate on this, press down and twist it towards the left, and that will just lift the little lid out. And you can remove the battery here. Take the battery out. Now on this AirTag, you can see two little pins on the top. Don't know how good this picture is going to be, but you've got 1 and 2, just pins over there, and you've got 1 center pin there. But if you look at on the sides, I've marked 3 black dots. I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can take a screenshot of this if you really want to, so that you will know where to remove. There we go, that's a more clearer section. There you go. So if you take these 3 dots on the side that I've taken, take a screenshot of that. This is where you're going to insert your blades on the side, and you're going to remove this cover off to get to the speaker. So before you do this step, see if you can wear some safety goggles or something like that, because you are going to be using a sharp standing knife just to get into the sides of this, and you don't want this to just flicker into your eye. So I'm going to do it here. Let's see if I can get through it. So you just get to the corner of that where the white and the grey section meet, and you're going to push it in and just lift it out a little bit, and that will take this out. So just there, you'll hear a little click. Get to the second part, insert it there, there you go, lift it out. Third one here, push it in a little bit and lift it out. It will make a little clicking noise once it's out. Just get into the side of it. Don't go too deep, because you don't want to break the little pins. You're going to have to put this all back together again. So there we go. That is the AirTag. And inside there is the actual speaker. If you can see it, that center section there is the actual speaker, which is sort of kind of glued on inside. So use a blade again, and what we're going to do, we're going to take this speaker out. Just gently lift it out. It's like a magnetic one. You can put the speaker back in, I suppose. I've never put one back in, but if you do put it back in, I'm pretty sure it would work again. You keep it on the side if you really want it, but to be honest, I'll just get rid of it. And now what we're going to do, we're going to put this all back together now. So those 2 pins I showed you earlier, they are the top of those 2 pins there, and we need to make sure they all line up before you click it back in place. So I would say it's about there. You can see the pins through the grey section there, so you know, and just gently press it down and you'll hear the clicks go in again. 1, 2, 3. That's all clicked in place. Take your battery again, put your battery back in there. This time, line this up, press it in and turn it clockwise. And there you go. It's back in there. It's not going to make a sound now, so if I press it down, there is no sound because the speaker's out of it. And what we'll do, I'll put it on my iPhone now, and I'll see where this tag is, because it is already linked to my phone. Go in my items, tools. So you're probably not going to see it that clearly. I'll try and hold it up this way. So that's the location of the tag. So you've got the play sound button here. Where's it gone? Purple one there. I'm going to click that. Right. Apparently it's supposed to be playing a sound, but nothing comes out there. And that's what we're trying to get at. We're trying to get the speaker out so that if the thieves have got your tools, and it shows them that an AirTag is following them, they can press the play sound and find that AirTag and get rid of it. But because there's no speaker in there, obviously, it's not going to play any sound, and they won't know where you've hid it. And it's just going to make life very difficult for them. And that is the aim of this whole thing. So the stage where you have to hide your AirTag is entirely up to you. There's loads and loads and loads of different ways you can do it. I'll show you a couple of ways that, you know, some of you might want to follow. This is just an example. This is just demo purposes. What I've done, I've got my Milwaukee charger, right? Probably won't be doing it on the Milwaukee charger itself. I mean, I could find anyway, so I've taken those 2 screws off, opened the front in there, and all you've got to do is just slide your AirTag straight into it and leave it in there. Let's see, sorry about the camera angle. There you go, so I've dumped it in there, close that up, close the whole 3 screws, how will they even know that it's inside there? Even if they're trying to play the sound, they're not going to find it. Simple as that. That is one way of doing it, and just close the 2 screws up at the bottom. You don't have to open the whole thing up. It works as normal, but this will be emitting the sound, the actual signal to your phone. So that's one way of doing it. I'll show you another little trick that you might be able to do. So another way of doing it is if you've got your toolboxes, you've got some sort of shadow foam or any sort of thing, just cut open an insert here, right, using a blade. Push that in there. Don't go too deep, try to keep it as much high as you can. Main thing is, you just got to be clever where you hide your stuff and just make their life hard. That's all you've got to do, make their life hard. Everyone has to do it. It's not just 1 or 2, it's not going to make a big difference. Once they know that people have clocked onto this method and they've started to put AirTags in, it's just going to put them off it. It's as simple as that, and I hope everyone takes something away from it. You just have to make it harder for them. And that's the best way of, if we all get together as a community, we start using these little AirTags. As I said, you don't have to be an Apple user. You can have a Samsung phone, but have an Apple account on someone else's phone just so you can carry your tags. I'm not sure if Samsung do something similar. They probably do. I'm not aware of it. But I only know about Apple products, so I can talk to you about them. Other than that, I hope it never happens to anyone. It is not nice when it happens, but if it did happen, touch wood, it doesn't, but you know, at least you've got a chance of recovering your tools. So the next and final part of this is, I've got a couple of friends. I've got Chirag and I've got another plumber friend of mine who will be coming down and they'll be breaking into my van. They're not going to break my locks because they'll be in trouble. They will take my tools and they're just going to drive off somewhere randomly. And I'm going to use the Apple Find Me app and I will try and find their location, see if I can pinpoint exactly where they are. And if that works, then that's pretty good. So let's see you in the final part. So for the final part of the video, as you can see, I've parked just over here, and then this guy over here, well-known thief, breaks into my van, grabs a tool and off he goes. So I've just come out of a job basically and come back, see the door was open, not broken whatsoever. It's too late for me to grab him, he's gone. So that's a tool gone. Obviously that's the last I'm going to see of it. Let's see if I can catch him or find where my stuff is, and I'll get back to you in the last part. Right, so moment of truth. Look, he stole my tools about exactly 20-25 minutes ago. That's the stolen tools section. The AirTag that I put down there, the speaker wasn't in there, he didn't get a notification. He's a friend of mine, obviously, that took my tools and it's all staged, but the fact is that I know where my tools are right now within the next 20 minutes. So I'm going to head down there and see if I can retrieve them, get them back off him. And I'm going to drive down there, because if I click on this section here now, it will actually take me directions, which is literally about 2 miles away. I'm going to click down there and let's head down there and get my tools. Under no circumstances would I actually, in real life, go into confront somebody who's stolen my tools or get into a fight or anything like that. I will contact the police and increase my chances of getting my stuff back, especially if I know where they are. So the tools are 2 miles away. It'll take me about 7 minutes to get there. I'm not going to hold the phone all this way. I'm just going to go down there, turn on the precise location, knock on the correct door, and I'll get my stuff back. So guys, as you can see on the map, I don't know how clearly you can see it, that red box is where my tools are, and I've just parked up next to it in my van. Right, the house that is showing, I can't show you the house, but it's okay. I'm going to go knock on that door and let's see if he has got my tools. You can actually turn on the precise location on your AirTag as well. So what that does, it actually takes you a lot closer to where it is. Find nearby. Let's have a look. Let's pick the signal up. So here we have it then. The red box there that you can see, that is the house that is showing where my tools are. And that's my van there in white. I'm just going to walk up to the house where it's taking me. It's this one here. It's obviously my friend's house. So I'm going to do a slight tap on his door. If you want to see this thief, here he is. Professional work. How was my tools, mate?
Worthless.
Worthless. All right, just tell me something. How long did it take for me to actually find you? From the moment that you left my house with the tools?
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good result, isn't it? So, decent.
Happy days.
Happy days. So that was it. So I'll give you the rest of the update when I get home.